Best of r/entitled parents episode 162. Subscribe for Reddit videos daily. This happened a few months ago, pre-lockdown. TL. Doctor at the bottom. I was going on a small ski trip with friends and family. Where I live in Europe, this is pretty much what we all do during our vacations. This time, we were lucky enough to snag a cabin right next to the slopes. This is important later. Every day, after skiing, I would go outside with my friend and mess around in the snow because why not? Every day we would build a snow fort, but by the next day, it would be gone. We just assumed the slope groomers had accidentally messed it up, despite them being pretty far away. That was until I took a break for skiing one day. A large group approaches the general area of our snow fort. It's pretty clear there are two families here. Two dads share beers, and the kids run up ahead. Note that most of this is translated by my friend from German because I didn't understand it. Our cast: Dad 1, Dad 2, Kids 1, 2 and 3, Friend, and of course me. Kid 1, the oldest, look, they rebuilt it. Kids 2 and 3, the evilest smiles you can imagine. Friend, hey there. Kid 2, can we play in your fort? Friend, let me ask OP. We decide the kids look harmless enough and let them in. Of course, the second they get near, they start destroying it. We quickly get in the way of them before they can damage it more and they run off laughing. Thinking it was over, we start rebuilding. But of course, it isn't over. Remember the parents from before? Now is their time to shine. They run up the hill screaming. Dad 1, how dare you? Dad 2, how could you hurt them? They're innocent little kids. After this point, Friend does most of the talking. Friend, what do you mean? They destroyed my fort. Dad 1, that isn't an excuse to throw ice at them. Then it hits us. The kids are mad we didn't let them destroy our fort, so they told their parents we attacked them. We can see the kids smirk at us from behind their parents, then keep pretending to cry. Luckily, as I said earlier, our cabin was right next to the slope. We run inside immediately because we don't want to get hurt, as the dads are clenching their fists. This is when we pull our trump card. We tell my sister. She goes outside to where the parents are staring at the cabin, and starts screaming just as loud. She rants for 10 minutes straight, then returns. We never saw that group again. TL. Doctor, spoiled kids destroy my snow fort. Their mad parents get owned by my sister. Thank you. Next. This one is fairly short but I feel like it belongs here. So about a week ago, my mom got a new kitten without my knowledge. We already have one which is pretty old. So I said, T, short for tiger, isn't going to like L, Leaf, the new cat. And she said, oh, they'll be fine. So eventually I come back home, and I go to my room. As soon as I open my door I see a litter box, cat tree, water bowl, food bowl and some toys. I say to my mom, why is all the cat's stuff in here? She replies with, T doesn't like L very much. I asked, why didn't you put L in your room? And she said, because I have less floor space. I check her room and surprise, her room is bigger than mine. So I deal with it. I kept telling myself, it's still my room. But as I came to find out this was not the case. That night, after a long night of editing, I go into my room, just to find my mom sleeping on my bed. I asked, why are you sleeping here? She said, he needs a calming presence. I sighed and walked away. She said that because I was yelling at my PC earlier. So then I go downstairs and I realize, I left my memory foam pillow that I kinda need otherwise my neck feels like shit for the day. So I walk back upstairs, and asked if I could have it back. She says, I have pillows in my room. The pillows that she has are thin and itchy, but I deal with it and sleep. I wake up already feeling like shit but continue with my day. After a night of playing COD with some friends, I go to my room for the exact same thing to happen. I just left and from then to now I have been dealing with this uncomfortable couch every night. I just at least want my pillow back, LMAO. Thank you. Next. So when I was 14 I was in Universal and my hotel forgot what it was called, and they had a pool so me and my parents went there and they told me they were going to get a massage a couple of minutes away. So I was saving up money and brought it with me to the trip and bought chicken tenders and fries. So my parents left and then EM walks up to me and says, "Can you share some of that with my son? He is very hungry." I knew what I was dealing with now since I use this sub. Then I replied, "No, it's my food, you can get some over there," and I pointed where the tiny restaurant was. "I don't feel like going over there, it's so comfy over here. Now give my son some of your food." EM said, "No, go over there and buy some," and I pointed at the place again. "No, I don't have a lot of money." She said, "What? You bought airplane tickets to get here, bought a stay at this hotel, and you're in freaking Universal?" I said, a tiny bit mad. "No, give my son your food." She yelled, "Mom, stop!" The EM's kid said. He looked about 12. I felt bad for the kid for having such a bad mother. Then she asked again, "Is it that hard? Give me some of your food." She yelled again, "Mom, I'm not hungry. Stop yelling at this guy," yelled EM's kid. "No, shut up." She yelled again for the third time. I couldn't take it anymore, so I got up, took my food and walked into the hotel with EM yelling, "Come on, I hate Karens, man." Thank you. Next. So, one of the problems you may face when you are a medical doctor is that the people you know ask you questions, ask for advice, some will even ask for prescriptions or work excuses. Obviously, all free of charge. We learn to stand it to a certain point, and we offer our help in case of emergencies or not so big of a deal things. Say, "What is the best cough syrup?" Things like that. The other cases, we just say we can't do it, and most people will just leave with a sad/angry face. But this post is not about them, it's about the other half of the population. Those who basically demand you work for them, just because they know you. Particularly, I will be talking about my neighbor Bob, who is the single parent of Ken, a bratty skater teenager of 17 years. He, along with another EM who I call Karen, are very annoying individuals who are constantly at my door asking for favors, to the point where I have to actually block them from both my cell phone and my landline, because when I didn't open to them they will blast me with up to 100 lost calls. We have had many fights over the last years cause I stopped being their free to go physician after some time, but I will tell you one of my favorites. So, as I already told you, Ken is the skater boy of the neighborhood and has a weird preference for extreme tricks, like that old show Jackass SS kind of tricks. Last summer while doing his crazy acrobatics, he felt very badly. Picture 10 AM on a Saturday morning, I was sleeping after being on medical guard all night, when Bob woke me up by almost tearing my door down. Woke up, answered door, I spoke to Bob who tells me about the accident. It sounded bad, so I took the first aid kit and the two went running to where the boys usually skated, about 10-15 minutes away. When we got there, Ken was in the floor, could not move from the pain, and his friends were waiting for us. You didn't need to be a doctor to see what was wrong. Graphic description. Skip to next paragraph. His left arm was covered in blood, seriously lacerated in many parts. One could see the bone coming out from the skin. The whole structure was abnormal, like if his elbow bended backwards. So, in summary, a complicated fracture, at best. I tried to contain the bleeding and injected Ken with an analgesic so he could be free from at least a part of the pain. Then I asked one of the kids surrounding us to call an ambulance. The next conversation took place. Thank you. Next. P.S. This post doesn't break or violate any rules. Hey guys, I have received a lot of people who have different point of views on religion and beliefs, and I decided to show you that all people can be terrible, no matter the religion. Caste. TM. Terrible mother. TD. Terrible dad. F. Friend. This story happened with my Aussie friend. His parents were staunch atheists, like the type of parents who would rip Bibles, Qurans, and Torahs, just to prove a point. Well, my friend took a Bible and started reading it, and well, he secretly went to a pastor to learn more, and after a while he secretly became a Christian. One day he was going out for dinner with me and some others when he came back home and his parents were holding a Bible. TD. What is that? F. It's my Bible. TM. And why do you have this Bible? F. Because I like to read it. TD. Don't you dare tell me you are one of those ignorant sheep. F. I just believe in God, that's all. I get that you are atheists, but please just leave me alone and let me believe what I want. TM. How dare you consider yourself to be our son after becoming religious? F. Weren't your parents like that when you became atheists? That doesn't mean you are wrong. There is no wrong and there is no right. TD. Please leave my house. F. I am only 16. TM. Let's see where your God gets you then. After all this ordeal was over, they kicked their son out of the house and he decided to come to me for help and support. I helped him with everything I can, tried to find him some housing, and in the end of the day, he got married to a Jewish girl and had one child together. His parents are still trying to convert him but he just ignored them and continues living his life. P.S. I am currently writing this from Lebanon, and I am an atheist, so no, this isn't religious propaganda. I am showing you that everyone can be evil. TLDR. Parents kick their son out the house because he believes in God, but he gets some help from his friends. P.S. This post doesn't violate any rules. Thank you. Next. Hello guys. My first post here. My first language isn't English, so yay. Here's the cast. NK equals nice kid. EK equals entitled kid. EM equals the B. This all happened when I was coming from America on a plane to my country Georgia, Tbilisi. This all happened before the pandemic. I met the EM and EK and NK in the airport. When I got to the plane I usually take first class, but today I took the economy and on my ticket it said number and A, so it meant I am sitting in the window seat, so I sat down. Then the NK and the EK. I pull out my Alienware computer and started photoshopping. It's what I do in my spare time. Pull out my headphones and started listening to music on my phone. NK. Ooh, nice laptop you got there. Me. Thanks. EK. It's very cool, can I have it? Me. What do you mean by if you can have it? EK. I want the laptop. Me. Sorry little dude, that won't happen. EK. Why? Me. Because it's mine. Okay, then he started screaming and whining about the laptop. He didn't stop, so I put my headphones back in and on full volume 1 was listening to my music. Suddenly, like 5 minutes later, I feel a tap on my shoulder and it was the EM. EM. Did you tell my son that he can't have your computer? Me. Yes I did. Now leave me alone, you can't have it and it costs 6,000 gel. EM. No it doesn't. Something that why doesn't cost more than 500 gel. Me. Okay, now leave me alone. EM. I leave you alone when you give me that computer. Then the flight attendant comes and leads the EM to her seat. Couple of hours go by, more than 10 hours probably, because I got sleepy and then I remembered the EM, so I decided to stay up. Then I saw NK was looking at my computer screen, saw some games and asked nicely if he can play. I said sure, and then something shocking happened. The EM screams, "How dare you not give your computer to my EK and you give IT to NK. No mister, it's not gonna happen that way." Then I pulled out my phone, started recording the sound with the voice memos app, and then she literally grabbed my laptop and threw it at the floor. Somehow it survived, and then I picked it up. I DK how that happened, started editing and shock making animations and stuff, and when EM sees that the laptop did not break, lunges at me, grabs the laptop and started stepping on it. Then she grabbed it, threw it and continued, and when she saw the cracked thing she stopped. Everyone was looking shocked like, me. What the F did you do? You are paying me 6,000 gel, and by the way I recorded everything. Then I pulled out my phone and started playing the audio. She went white, and you know the type of face when someone makes when she is thinking. That face was on the EM, and I knew something bad was going to happen. She grabs my phone and does the same. Emmy, you retarded, why did you do that? Now get your kids and leave Emmy alone, you stupid slut of a mother. Your kids are watching you and will take your actions too. You know that right now. I don't care, leave Emmy alone or I will get you arrested. EM starts to laugh, and literally everyone was watching, flight attendants and people except the pilot. OFC, turns out we were landing, so since everyone saw what happened, flight attendant told the pilot, then the pilot phoned the police and police were waiting for us to land. Then when we had to get off the plane, EM saw the cops and went white as snow. Then the police started questioning about the incident, what happened, who saw it, and etc. When all people confirmed what EM did, she got arrested, had to pay me 8,000 gel, and well, the dad took the kids home. That's it, the end. Thank you. Next. Before the pandemic I used to hang with my friends after school, and one day, they sent me to buy some coke. As I passed the cashier, I stopped at the exits to put the change in my wallet and the 5 cokes in my bag. And then, the Karen came with a full bag of chips and makeup, and with a kid of 8 years old. After my estimation, she stopped near me as I was packing and started talking. Translated briefly from Romanian. Hello, dear. Me hello. Would you mind to give my son one of the cokes? Me excuse me? Louder. Can you give my son one of the cokes? I explained to her that I buy the cokes and she can buy her another coke herself, and she asks me what age I am. The problem is that I am 2 years younger than my classmates, and when I tell her what age I was she tells me, you are too young to drink coke. Me, if I am too young your son shouldn't even think about drinking coke. Angry. It's not your kid, so it's not your problem what I give to him. So give me the damn coke. She reaches for my hand and takes the coke from my hand. The cashier, C, comes in. C, is there any problem? No, everything is fee. Me, cutting her. Yes, there is. This lady is trying to steal from me. I am his mother. No, you are not. C, do you have any proof? I pull out a math test that I took that day. Me, if you are my mom, what is my name? Sweating, Roberto. It's a common name in Romania. Me, wrong. And shows the cashier the corner where my name is written. See, miss, please give him the coke or I will have to call the security. Throws the coke at me and I caff it. The cashier stays there to talk to her and I use the chance to leave and go to my friends. The next day I went back to the store to thank the cashier for helping me and even giving him some money. Sorry for bad English.